Hello guys, and yeah, a hobby update. It was a long time ago since I did one of these, but I've actually been pretty good this week. And yeah, like on Sundays, I think we're gonna go back to doing hobby updates. But what have I done? Well, I finished 5 more Guardsmen. So this is the guy with the shovel, just simple. This guy a little bit more fun. Ignore the eyes. I tried doing the eyes, didn't like how it looks, and I'm not gonna fix it because from far away it doesn't matter. And he's just pointing. And this is the sergeant. I like how this chainsword and stuff like that worked, but I really don't like how oh yeah, he's magnetized as well. But yeah, like the plasma effect. Oh Jesus, it looks very bad on camera. It doesn't look this bad on in real life. Now this is really fun. In real life, it looks way more white. Like you can actually see the white paint more. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna let it be the way it is, and then maybe in the future I'll go back and change it. But I'm very not happy with how the plasma turned out. Then we have this girl right here with her rockets. And maybe I'll, in the future, maybe add a little bit of red or something to those rockets, but I don't know. Like, I'm decently happy with how she turned out. This is a metal figure, and I think she's from, I don't know, is she part of the last Schaefers or is she Gaunt's ghost? I have no idea. And another metal figure right here. This time it's a melt-a-gunner. And I'm decently happy with how he turned out as well. And now to the big part. Like those are finished. To the big part of which are what I'm testing out to see, well, how do I want to paint my Sauruses? And I have like 10 different variants right here. Well, this is the one that I'm trying out, like the Albino for like important characters or like leaders. And I like how he turned out. I think the Albino like looks good, looks fine. He's not done, of course. Like these things on the side, I'm gonna paint them gold. I like how the metallic blue turned out. Try to figure out ways to paint them, but make it also easy, quick and easy. And then on the important characters and stuff, I'll spend my time on, because I don't really want to spend like super long time on like basic guys and all that, because to me it just destroys my motivation and I don't paint at all. I want to actually finish the miniatures I have, because like I said, I'm not gonna buy anything new until I finish the things I already have. And yeah, and this is one way I decided to think like that. This is how I'm gonna make like the sergeants and stuff like that. Like the albinos are gonna be important, so this is like the group leader of this 10-man squad, right? Let's see, 3, 5, 5. Yes, this is a 10-man squad that I'm testing out things on. And if I figure out like this is how I want them to be, I'm not gonna repaint the others. They're gonna be very diverse. Or maybe I'll just make it diverse, because the way I'm looking at it, when I look at them like this, I like the diversity of their skin tones. They're all just green, but because they're different shades, and like this guy, for example, he has the white, so he's like half, like, oh man, he didn't become pure albino, but he has, you know, they have the gene in them. Even though they're more, you know, this guy is a very pale, and the pale actually like how it ended up looking. It doesn't contrast like super well with the weapons and all that, because the weapons are, you know, flat colors and stuff. But, you know, that's fine. Yeah, so I've shown, let me put the ones I've shown to the side. Then we have this guy. Yeah, the shade really didn't fill in this part right here very well. That's okay. Like from this angle, you can't really tell. Let's see. Next one. Doing a bit like an assembly line right here. And this is one of the darker ones, and I think he ended up also really good. You know, and I mean the skin color and the shell armor are a bit different, so I think it helps differentiate it, and yeah, it looks good. And let's see. Yeah, I've been trying some of the other. This painter right here is this metallic emeralds from Warcolors. Like they're older metallic, and I don't know, it doesn't look that great. But I'll give it a few coats. Like I'll use the paints I have, and if it is kind of like it isn't the greatest, oh well, that's fine. And like for example, that little paint, like there, like I'm not gonna go back and fix that. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna have to, like, I'm training myself to be more accepting of small flaws. Because otherwise I never finish projects. This guy. And this guy I haven't done his teeth, but I might make like painting some teeth, maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. This guy, he has some what's called texture paint on his base that I haven't done anything with yet, but this is how he looks. And then we have the drummer. And the drummer is interesting because for him, basically has a black underside, and I just sprayed like a light gray on the top. Then I painted him. And doing that makes him, you know, the easiest of all of them to paint, because it's just the top, and then you don't bother with pretty much anything else. He's a lot darker. In real life you can really tell. But I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna do that for some of them. And he actually has static grass on his base that I then, when I was, you know, spraying them black and whatever, I sprayed the bases basically black as well with the static grass on, and it really helps basically seal in the static grass. And I started, you know, painting his drum. Yeah. So I'm in the progress of trying to figure out like something. I decided on the green, and I already know what I want to do with the bases. I'll be right back. Okay, here's a base that I've done. I didn't do it this week, whatever. I think I've shown this base before, maybe. It's the base I have for this Carnosaur that I'm in the well, I think the last time I painted him was like 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah. Oh god, he fell over. That's because the pill bottle is empty, it has no weight. But this is some of the base that I've done, you know, for him. Obviously he's gonna stand right here, because I mean he comes with like a rock on him, so I'm going to pin it right there. But yeah, and my theme is gonna be a bit like jungle-ish, not like pure jungle. I don't want it to just be grass. On some of them, obviously, they're gonna get just grass. Some are gonna get whatever. But this Carnosaur is kind of like showing pretty much everything that I'm planning. Like maybe this is a bit more woodlands. I don't know, like it's gonna be just generic, because in my mind, my Seraphon are from the realm of life. That's where they are from. So he's gonna stand on that, and I also have a bunch of plants and stuff that I've bought. Like I have these paper plants, you know, that I plan on putting on bases and doing stuff with. And I have a bunch of other shit, you know, like straws, and I plan on making, you know, actual plants and stuff on them. But those things I'll put when the base is done and the model is on. Then I'll add, you know, the bigger plants and things. Because when it comes to this, I will probably spray this black. Spray it entirely black, just to seal in everything. Because yeah, I've done, you know, the PVA glue, put this on the rocks, and on certain areas a little bit of extra like glue, but I know that this static grass is not gonna hold, and I don't really have like a sealing product or whatever like that's in a good way. And also, if I paint it black like that, I can control the color on a static grass, because I don't really want to do reds. I want it to be like pretty green, kind of like this guy, but I mean it's gonna be brighter than on this guy's base, and also gonna be easier probably to paint it, because it's actually pretty hard to paint this grass on this guy's base. So I think on the foot troops and all that, I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative with the grass. They're not gonna have full grass bases, because it's pretty hard to paint. Unless I do it with airbrush, but then I would have to do it separately. I don't know, like we'll see what I'll do, or I will see what I will do with that. But yeah, that is the plan. And I mean, I'm gonna let this guy have the red belly and all that, that's fine. Like I think the big animals, I'm gonna paint them like after this guy. As you can see what I did, I actually like what I did with the scales here. Like they have green. It also makes sense now, now when I look at this, that, you know, the Sauruses will have different shades of green as well. Like this guy had greens, and then I painted, you know, individual scales with other greens and stuff. And I mean, I didn't do that right here, so when I go back to paint this guy, I'm gonna do that. And also, this has like a gloss coat over it, so that's something I'll do. I think it was also the way I did it, because maybe I wanted it a little bit shiny, and also to differentiate between the skin.